Sam.
How you doing, Steve? The decision to bring Klay off the bench, when did you make that decision? How did the conversation with him go? And what did you think of the way he responded tonight?
I've been thinking about it, and the lineup with Brandon out there with Wiggs, J.K., Draymond, Steph, it's been by far our best lineup, and BP connects the game. He rebounds. He does some things that really help the other guys. And I've been thinking about it. Decided to do it tonight and talked to Klay this morning, and I thought he handled everything beautifully. The way he came out, determined, competitive. That's not easy, to come off the bench for the first time in, 11 years. You probably know. That's difficult, but Klay's a champion. He's one of the most competitive people I've ever met, and he responded accordingly and played a great game.
You plan on continuing to bring him off the bench forward?
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's permanent, but as I said, I like that lineup with BP and the other four, and Klay coming off the bench gives us a lot of firepower. We'll give it a little look, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Another game that comes right down to the wire. You feel more satisfied with the victory, more disappointed with the way it closed? Just how do you feel winning 8 of 10 going into the break?
Yeah, our guys were exhausted. We've had so many games, and got in at 3:30 in the morning last night, and for them to respond the way they did, bring the energy, play the game that they did. Obviously, we made a lot of mistakes down the stretch and gave them a chance. But I'm much more satisfied with the win than anything. And then we'll look at the tape and show the guys all the rebounds, the box outs we missed, the turnovers. We had 13 turnovers, which is a great number, but they led to 29 points. They were all pick sixes. We were literally just throwing the ball to them over and over again. And can't do that in the modern NBA. Everybody shoots a million threes, and it feels like a 10-point lead these days feels like 5 did, 10 years ago, and we're up 19 and, mid-4, then it doesn't feel close to over, and it wasn't. So it's a new league, and we have to shore up our decision-making and execution because, one play can literally shift everything. Team hits, 5 threes in a row, and game's changed.
You mentioned the fatigue that you guys are feeling. How nice is it to have some time off now after all the stretch, all the road games, all the traveling and whatnot?
Great to have some time off. I think all the guys have really earned it, and it's a good chance to just breathe and get away and take their minds off basketball. And we're in a good spot. We're above 500. We come back with an opportunity to make some hay, and we're excited about it.
Going back to Klay and his performance tonight, he had season-high points, season-high made field goals, had 18 points in the third quarter. How did he approach that made him so successful in that six-man run? What was he doing out there that led to him being so efficient?
He was just being himself, but I think the fuel that fed his competitiveness was the decision that I made, and he wasn't thrilled about it, but I didn't expect him to be thrilled about it. But as I said, he's just such a competitor. I've watched him win championships. I've seen him hit a million big shots. I've seen him guard the toughest guys in the league. Klay's a champion. He's an incredible player, great person. I've been blessed to coach him for 10 years. It's been a tricky season for him and for us. There's a lot of transition happening. Some of our younger guys are coming on. It's not as easy to do, what Klay did 5-6 years ago for him. I think this could be a good balance to get the best out of Klay and to get the best out of our team.
Draymond, 23 points tonight. I think that's the most he's scored since 2018. Just what did he bring offensively, and to see that he can still do that? What does that show?
Well, 23 today was like 11 in my day. It's all relative. No, I'm just kidding. Draymond's game offensively has been so good all year. He's shooting a really good percentage from three. He's attacking the rim. There's obviously a lot more space, playing with him at the 5 and playing a smaller lineup. And he's such a brilliant player at both ends. The scoring is just gravy. Defensively, he is just an amazing, smart, kind of free safety, middle linebacker, just whatever you want to call him. He's just brilliant.
Plan on watching him on the alternative broadcast?
Hell no. Not watching any basketball. You kidding me?
Can't blame you.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
Oh, man. Oof. Questions?
Yeah, right. First, let's get right to it. First time coming off the bench since your rookie season. Just how did you, when did you find out? How did the conversation go, and how did you process to play in that role?
Found out this morning. Me and Steve had a good talk about it. And, you could do two things. You can pout, or you can go out there and respond. And I thought I did the latter very well tonight. Especially no turnovers, and I missed a few box outs though. But more importantly, I realized I'm going to play a ton of minutes, so you just got to let the ego go when you think of coming off the bench and all that. So, I thought about Manu Ginobili. That guy has 4 rings and gold medal, and he came off the bench his whole career. And I don't think anyone looks down on his Hall of Fame candidacy. He's one of the greats, and I thought I embraced it before tip, and I deserved it really. I didn't respond to the not playing at the end of the game well last night. I kind of took it out on the assistant coaches, and I apologized to those guys before the game, and I think that really let my guard down and let me just be myself out there.
Did you feel free out there when you were playing?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the moment you worry about what people say or what headlines will be written about being benched or the streak being broken is when you go out there and you don't play with that love, that compassion for your teammates, and that freedom that has gotten me to this point. So I realized that I didn't want to go to All-Star break on a sour note and have my best game of the season, hopefully build off it.
One thing that really kind of stood out about your performance is when you made plays and when you scored. You had a big, strong finish to them in the first quarter to get the team back within the possession, and then in the third quarter you had 18 points to help extend the lead, enough to where you guys were able to hold off their late round.
Yeah.
What was kind of your approach, your mental approach in those clutch moments throughout the game?
Well, in the clutch moments, I did miss a couple of really easy looks. Such is life. But throughout the game, when I'm running with that second unit, I realized, I might be more of a focal point through the offense. So that's a fun role to play. And I just wanted to take it upon myself to prove to coach that I was going to respond like the champ I am, and I thought I did that well tonight, and I learned some things tonight that I'm going to carry with myself throughout the whole season.
What are some of those things you learned?
Just to play for your teammates, play for the fun of the game, play for the dubs, not the name on the back of the jersey, and that's when I'm at my best. It was when I'm winning is the only thing that concerns me.
Has that been a kind of a challenging tightrope to walk between the name on the back and the name on the front?
Yeah, because you're so used to being at a certain level, shooting a certain percentage, attending All-Star games, and then it just is a little harder these days, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not the first athlete to go through it, so I realize how lucky I am to still be playing this game at 34 years old. And that just helped me realize, I can still be really good in this league, and I can't, get hung up on a few bad performances here or there rather than just being grateful to be out here and do what I love. It's really a blessing.
Good timing for the All-Star break to just kind
Oh,
of decompress.
absolutely. It's been a long season. We've had some really tragic instances. Obviously, Decky's passing hit us like nothing we've ever experienced before. So I know everyone in the organization is just going to need this mental break to reset.
With the way the schedule was going into the break, Coach mentioned that you guys were feeling pretty exhausted there towards the end of the game, but you were able to get it out and pull it out. What, in that context, how much does a win like this mean that you were able to get it on tighter legs?
It's huge, and we have a chance to really carry this momentum after the break. We have a great 6-game stand ahead of us. We come back, and they're all winnable games, and we're going to take them one at a time. But at the end of the day, we think we still have what it takes to reach our ultimate goal, and that's, obviously win a championship. But it's going to take some great, high-level, thoughtful basketball from here on out.
A couple milestones tonight, 15,000 points for you and 500 wins for Steve. What does 15K mean to you? You've been a part of all these milestones for Steve. What does that mean for him?
Well, Steve and I have a great history together, and although we've butt heads in the past, just like any other great player, the head coach, we have a respect for each other. And to be in that 15,000 point club, the sixth Warrior to do it is a huge honor. I'm in there with Hall of Famers, and that's just humbling for myself to be on the same list as Wilt and Steph and Molly and Rick Barry, and it's really a dream come true. Nice.
Had players in the halftime too.
Andrew, what did it feel like starting a game without Klay next to you in the starting lineup? It had been 12 years since you had started?
Yeah, but Klay's he's a true professional. He didn't complain or nothing. He took it out on the court, and it showed. He played his heart out, had a great game, played competitive. And that's the Klay we love to see.
Yeah,
for sure.
To that point, right, knowing the ups and downs he's been through this year, how nice is it for you guys to see him have a game like he had today?
Yeah, for sure. Klay's that guy everyone wants to see do good. He's a great guy. He works hard, and just knowing the story behind everything. Everyone wants him to do good.
Yeah, just what does Brandon bring to that group, that first group in his place?
Brandon, he's a very versatile guard. He kind of does everything. Whether it's rebound, assist, score, he kind of does everything. Good all around basketball player.
With just everything you guys have been through these past few weeks in particular, how nice is it to enter the All-Star break on a high note, having won 8 of 10 and have the opportunity to get some rest?
Yeah, that's a positive, for sure. It's been an up and down season, but, things are definitely starting to take a turn for the best. We just got to stay at it, stay connected, keep playing, together, keep sharing the basketball, and, take care of, our efforts defensively, and we'll be fine.
With Klay, it wasn't just the total points they scored and baskets he made, but when he had critical baskets then in the first quarter to get you guys back within a possession, and then he had 18 in the third quarter when you were able to extend lead. What can you say just about his timing and when he scored and when he made his plays?
Yeah, he was scoring at, key moments in the game, that gave us, the advantage. We don't win this game without him. He was a huge part of, this win tonight.
Appreciate it.